Hey guys, this is David Chappelle from David's Kitchen this time. I've been threatening to have a cooking show for a long time, and I'm gonna do it, I guess. I guess it was time. This is essentially my kitchen. I pretty much just barbecue. I wanted to be a cookie, but that never happened. But I still like to play with the fire and the campfire cooking, and barbecue and campfire cooking are pretty much the same. They're not exactly the same, obviously, but the same principles apply. And this time we're going to be using the Barbie. Since this is our first one, I don't really have a project. I've got some beeswax that I need to melt from the gardening side. And I figured I may as well experiment with filming on the barbecue instead of in the actual kitchen, because my kitchen is very tiny, my actual in-the-house kitchen, and it gets claustrophobic. So, besides, I like to cook outside more anyway. That's what I was trying to say. So, as long as the lawnmower over there isn't too loud, and as long as I can be heard, we'll just whenever I fire up the barbecue, I like to have something to use up the extra heat. And this time, we'll do potatoes. Yes, barbecued potatoes. And I'm out my wax, and I think I'm going to go ahead and, we'll see what happens. So let's get started. You need to clean out your barbecue if you have one. This is just a standard Weber type. And a lot of people, I don't know if you can see the holes in the bottom of the see those holes down there? Don't be a moron and close them. Just open them all the way up, because you need the airflow. If the air's not getting through your briquettes, then you're just going to wind up taking forever to burn them, and they'll probably smother themselves out. So go ahead and don't take all your ashes out. If you've got a new barbecue, burn some briquettes in it, and either just cook with them or just burn them out, because you need a little layer of ash on the bottom to help insulate and throw the heat back up. So, and then once you get your briquettes, depending on what you're cooking, you're going to need less or more, obviously. And I don't know how to really show you how many you need, because different things are going to need different amounts. I'm only going to need about that much, because the wax melting is only going to take a few seconds, really. And so then just go ahead and throw your top grill back on. Yeah, I know mine's a little messy. Mine gets used. But okay, so then we'll let's see here. I think I'm going to just set you down right here while I start a match and get things burning. Hope that doesn't fall. Actually, I'm doing this wrong. See what I mean? If you know how to do something and then you try to show how to do it to someone, sometimes it's a pain because you forget how to do it yourself. Alright, so the fire is going. Now we want to let that burn until it pretty much burns itself out. I don't mess with it too much. Okay, so like I threatened, I'm going to do some baked potatoes on the barbecue. That's a potato. If you've seen the gardening show, you know that that's a potato. Now, first thing you got to do is gather your ingredients. Potatoes, and foil is what we need for now. We're gonna, I think we'll do some bacon cheddar, bacon Colby type. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to shake. Bacon Colby, baked potatoes maybe. Well, at any rate, first thing you gotta do is punch them full of holes. If you don't, they'll explode. You don't need a lot, just punch through the skin. I know some people are going to be throwing fits. How dare I teach you how to make a baked potato? They're high in calories, high in fat, high in who knows what else, but they're also high in vitamins and minerals and calories. Yeah, I need my calories. And this is one of the ways I get them. So we got those. Now just fill this way on this. My foil's kind of long, so we'll just go like that and just wrap them up like that. Okay, and then when you bring them over to the fire, yeah, I'm still melting my wax for the hand salve, but it doesn't really matter. We'll just put them closer to the heat source, and that way they can continue baking in their foil while I'm working on the wax. I'm waiting for the water to boil. But okay, I don't think I need to show you how to do the other three, so I'll come back when there's actually something to show you. Okay, so the spuds have been on the Barbie for an hour, so we'll test for doneness here. If the fork goes in smooth and nice, which it does, it's done. So while we'll just throw this back on until we're done cooking the bacon. Careful, because this is really hot. So we'll just throw this back on. I'm gonna come around here. You'll notice that I had to throw some wood on the fire. If your coals burn down because of atmospheric conditions, they always burn a little different. But if they do burn down and you need to add fuel, add dry wood, not briquettes, because the briquettes could spontaneously combust in your hand. So don't do it. Just add some really, really dry wood and you'll be fine. Just, blow on it. And for this next part, we want the fire. We don't want to use the glow of the briquettes won't be enough. So it's okay that we had to add wood. We'll just use the fire now. I've got to go. Let's see. We want to get some shallot tops for our spuds, and I think what we'll do. Actually, we don't want them yet, but I've got some potted up that we can harvest. So I'll get my bacon in my pan. Okay guys, this is a cast iron skillet, just in case you don't know. It's really heavy, and we want the fire underneath, like that. And we're gonna throw some bacon on. I don't know if you heard why I said that. I've got to set you down again. I don't want to leave the skillet on there empty for very long, so work quickly. We're just gonna, I think we'll just throw the whole mess on there. Hear that sizzle? This is a brand new pan too, so we want to make sure that, let me readjust you here. It's a brand new pan, so we don't have to season this one because it's pre-seasoned, but bacon is an excellent thing to use as a first cooking in it, because it just reinforces the cooking. And don't ever use a cast iron skillet empty, because it does something to the inside of it to make it so that it sticks. I mean, you can always attempt to re-season it, but it doesn't always work. Fortunately, this is only a $20 skillet, so. So we'll just let that sizzle. Make sure your fire is going underneath it too, because you don't. If the sorry, the coals themselves, they don't get hot enough to cook this way. So, and use really dry wood. Don't use anything green, because then you'll send smoke signals for the next 3 counties to see. Hope you can hear me. If not, we'll chalk it up to a learning experience, and I will talk closer to the microphone next time. Okay, while that's cooking, we're gonna go get some shallot tops. These are our French gray shallots. They're far superior to the nasty yellow things that they sell in grocery stores. The problem with mine is that I can almost never get them to bulb. So, we use the tops. We use the tops just like we would use, sorry, I gotta set you down for a second. We use the tops like we would use chives. We always hope for the bulbs, but you can use the tops just as well. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can see you here. And we're not gonna chop off all of them. Actually, maybe I'll just I pick the oldest ones first. But if you want, they will cut and come again. You can see where the level of the new ones are. Just cut right above that. I would say, a bundle about like that is more than sufficient for this. Alright, so back to our bacon. Smells good. So I'll just set you back up here. And it's going to take a bit for this to cook, so I don't know if you guys could see that, but it's stuck in a couple spots. It's a pre-seasoned pan, but this is why it's such a good idea, a good thing to cook bacon in it, because the bacon fat penetrates and oils it, and makes sure that everything's uniform. I'm gonna finish cooking this, and then we will put together our potatoes. Okay, so I think the bacon's pretty much done. Now, I'm gonna try to explain just how I tell if it's, for me, bacon is done when the meat starts coming off the fat. I don't eat the fat. So, as you can see, it's pretty expensive for me to eat bacon, because, if a lot of people like to eat the fat, I don't. Anyway, the fat's coming off. If you look at the meat's coming off the fat. If you look at the meat, I don't know if you can see the meat, but anyway, you can see that the the fibers are coming apart. And for me, that is done bacon. Some people like it a lot crispier. Some people like it like this. There's a piece. If they want okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to I'm gonna grab that off of there. Use a mitt. This is very hot. And clear it off. Just, I've got to set you down because I've got to set the camera down. So, Fred, I'm very well prepared. Okay, we're not going to just eat the bacon straight off. Just take it out of the pan. Ow, son of a... That hurt. Good thing I just made that salve, eh? Be careful not to splash yourself with hot bacon grease. It hurts. Anyway, just take your bacon out of the pan. And then son of a gun. Set all this stuff down. Hopefully you'll be a little more tidy in your whatever you're doing. Ouch, that hurt. Alright, so you can just throw this back on your barbecue until you're done. Don't dump the grease out. When you're ready to clean it, you just wipe it. Especially if it's especially if you're just using it for one thing. Okay, so get my potatoes. We'll just whip one up so you can see what we're doing. Ow. Don't do that. Yes, watch the idiot do all of the things you shouldn't do. Now, you know, you don't have to take the potato and throw it on the plate. You can make it a little more attractive by going like that. I'm trying to do this so that you can see it. Okay. Without cutting myself or whatever. Just cut an H into it. Ish. Like that. And just flip it open. This isn't as easy when you've got to do it for a camera. So pop that puppy open. Kind of break up the spud on the inside. And then either hand it off to whoever's going to be eating it so they can doctor it, or you can doctor it for them. We've got our shallot tops, some Colby cheese, and then our bacon. And what you could do is you could just break some tops up onto it. Put them on first so that they get good and hot. That way they'll smell really good. And then just start putting your pieces of bacon on. I am picking the meat because I don't eat the fat. Anyway, about like got some white meat here. Whiter meat is still meat, but it looks like fat. And so we've got our totally chewed bacon on there, which has already started cooling, unfortunately. And then a sprinkling of shredded cheese. You could put sour cream on, you could put mayonnaise, you could put whatever you like. I think that'll be good. And then, just to be artsy fartsy about it, just put another couple of these on there. I'll break that one in half. Yeah, that's nice. So then, so that's what we've got. We've got ourselves a baked potato for a king, I guess. Or me. That looks pretty dang good. Good enough to eat. Alright, so that's the first episode of the cooking show. This camera's not focusing. Anyway, hopefully yours will look more appetizing and be better than that. So, okay, till next time. If there is a next time. Till next time.